Back at it again. I am at another location. I'm in a swim that I've never fished. I've never fished this stretch of bank before. I normally fish on the other side of the river. Can't get that to sit right. So yeah, normally I fish on that far bank over there on the other side of the river. But it's been a while. Probably been 2 years since I've been anywhere near this area. And I was talking with my buddy Dave and Andrew. They were fishing with the Match Club. Known them for a while now. And they typically fish on this side, just off of that point that sticks out there. This is a really good number spot. This is a really good carp spot. This whole stretch. We've done tons of videos here, Dave and I, from over there and upriver a bit. But neither of us have actually fished this bank over here. We have fished that way. So if you go back in the archive and look at the Pine Point project videos, that was this stretch of water, but that way, about another almost kilometer away. It's a long walk out here to any of the spots, but that one was like the furthest we traveled. I'm here to catch carp. This is kind of like what we consider our runs water in our local area. So when you want to get a bunch of bites, you come here. Now I have heard, talking with Dave and Andrew, that they did have a couple buffalo on their last session just off that point, which is why I'm on this bank. So I'm going to put 3 rods out. I'm going to fish for carp. If I get my buffalo, fantastic. If not, today is more about just getting a bunch of bites. If I do find that I'm getting into some buffalo, then I have a feeder rod with me, and I'll just take the 3 out and switch to the feeder rod for a bit. See if maybe I can maximize that. But for now, I'm going to set up the method feeders and see what we can get started with. Okay. So 2 rods have method feeders, 1 doesn't. This one's going to be a method feeder with a pink, one of the Green Beast Take 4 pop-ups with a little pink sinking corn on there, just to drop the buoyancy a little bit. So I'm just going to get that method mix. This is like a hodgepodge of everything in this method mix. There's a lot of my leftover tiger nut and corn ground bait. There's chopped boilies, there's pellets. There's literally everything in the kitchen sink in there. Now this rig might end up changing. Method feeder, really light hook link, size 12 hook, 2 pieces of pineapple corn. Looks like another carp angler just showed up to the one side closer to that point of land that sticks out where Dave and Andrew fish. It's probably nearly 10 years ago since my friend Jeff showed me this spot further upstream. And over the years, this is where I met our buddy Big Dave, our trout master. Met him for the first time just across the river. Brought my son fishing this place. Goldie and I have had some epic sessions here. This is it's a special place for being able to actually get into fish. Unfortunately, a lot of people come here and leave garbage and make messes, and they're not supposed to have fires here. They have fires here. All right, I'm gonna get 3 rigs out and see if we can get in some bites. Try and have just a good day of getting bites, and who knows, maybe something special will happen today. There's one. Alright, the third rig's just an inline rig with a little pineapple pop-up. That's it, nothing spectacular or special about today. Just get some rigs out, get some bites. So there is weeds out there. I'm getting some okay drops, so I'm just going to protect everything and make sure that, you know, trying to give it a good chance of sitting well. And we'll make changes as we need to. Alright. Method feeders are probably 2 rod lengths apart, same distance. And the other one is just bombed out. No free offerings yet, just going to start with singles and see what happens. Trying to shoot some B-roll there. because, you know, Dave's always great at shooting B-roll, and I rarely do. The right-hand rod, so that's the single that's cast a little further with no method feeder, just had an absolute smash, and there's nothing there. Like, it pulled line off the reel, the bobbin fell off, like it was a hard hit. I didn't even have that alarm turned on yet. Just heard the drag peel, looked down, the rod was freaking whomp, and then nothing. Got away with it. So there may be some rig adjusting today. The angler to my right has been spotting quite frantically, so he's definitely going to put out a big hit of bait. I've went with a more sparse approach because the fish are in this bay and they're showing all over the place. Sometimes I like to start a little light just to see what you can get first. And there you go, just putting a single out. And I got the first whack. So I'm going to give that 5 minutes and then recast that one. We'll give the method feeders 30 minutes. You know, they've got the bait around them, plus the little sprinkling of corn I did. We got a pretty good chance of getting into some fish today. Just want to get a bunch of bites and have a good session. This is what's going to help me determine what I'm going to do tomorrow. Either I come back here with a different game plan, you know, maybe bring the seat box and fish like a waggler, or maybe an elasticated feeder or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, 4 or 5 minutes in the water and already a good whack on a single. That is a good sign. My split shot. So basically I was just fishing a big zig. That's not the plan. Fix that problem. of other anglers upriver in some of the other swims. It is a popular spot. There's like a lot of people that come here. There's lots of fish to go around. Not that we're seeing them so far this morning. I just walked up the bank a little bit, up on the top of the hill here. I'm seeing a lot showing close down to the left. They're showing everywhere out here. These fish are all over the place. You know, I've got the 2 method feeders in one spot relatively close. I'm bombing the single out to random spots where I get a decent drop. You know, there's a bit more flow out there as well. But the only place I'm seeing them coming close is just down in the left-hand margin. About 35, 40 yards. Walked up on the hill and looking to see if I can see anything. There is some clouded up water over there, but like there's massive patches of this tall standing grassy weed. That's what's all out throughout this bay. So every cast is kind of like you'll get a drop even if you go through that grass, but you won't know you're in the grass. I don't like lighting around and trying to find where the weed patches are and the clear patches are, because you're going to get the same drop on everything. That's why I'm choosing to use method feeders, where I can conceal the hook bait, get it punched through whatever weeds are there. The fish will feed in the weeds too, so that's not the issue. I'm going to keep, putting little bait balls and corn over where the method feeders are going to go. And I'm going to keep that 3rd rod as just kind of like a roaming single. Move that around. Those guys are fishing the spot that Dave and Andrew normally fish. Yeah, that's the game plan. Try and have one little spot going and then move a rod around. See if I can pick off fish here and there, different spots. Keep seeing them showing to the margin just down here to the left. I guess you can't see it where I'm pointing here. It's actually like way back here. If I keep seeing them show over there, I might actually walk over and drop a method feeder down in one of the big openings in the weeds. Just had a weasel run by me. Little brown weasel about that long just came running by. A bunch of egrets down that far shoreline over there. Fish jumping everywhere. Songbirds moving through. There was a beaver this morning that really did not like that I was in this spot. Actually came from all the way across, swam across, smacked its tail probably 4 or 5 times before I finally flipped at the bird and it left. So far, I've been fishing over 2 hours now, and things are not going as they normally go here. Fish are still showing everywhere. There's bubbles coming up everywhere where there's signs of fish being. So far I've had one drop take and a couple liners. And that's it. It's very unusual to have like so little activity in this place. The angler to my right, who was spotting out earlier, he put a lot more bait out than I did. He's had one, and that's it. The guys drowning worms off the point over there. They're just making noise. They haven't had any fish either. So it's hard to say. Is there going to be a switch that gets flipped when a group of fish move in on where my bait is? Or am I going to have to work for, any little chance at a bite? It's hard to say at this point. Usually you get a lot more activity, so you can hone things down a little bit quicker. But when they're on, double and triple takes just happen like that. Right now, I'm trying to decide, do I put one method feeder out a little further? There's a clear spot where I'm casting the single around. I've had probably 3 or 4 casts there with no weeds coming back. Really good solid drop. Do I cast? Method feeder, middle rod, pink. Just had a massive drop back. So something's hit the line or something's hit the feeder. There's no other little ticks in the line, no other movement, so it wasn't a take. Something's caused the feeder to drop back. I'm going to give it a minute before I redo that rod, just in case whatever did that is still there and picks up the bait. I think I'm also going to change my single from a pineapple pop-up to a washed out superfruit pop-up, and I'm going to go down a little bit smaller as well. That's the first bit of indication to the middle rod, and the first indication at all around where the feeders are. I'm going to have to redo that middle rod. Oh, I'm getting too old to be moving around like this. Can't see anymore, can't hear anymore. It hurts to move. Now, I wonder if part of my problem is that I'm using like traditional hair rigs that, are time tested and should work just fine. But I haven't used those basic rigs in a long time. I might have to try and rig up some like really small German rigs. I think I'm gonna put this out, and then I think I'm gonna tie up some other rigs. Something that I have a little bit more confidence in. Same thing, drop back. Nothing there. Just tied up 2 new rigs. One for a method feeder, one for my single. Wrong bag. So I'm going to bomb the single out with a heavily glugged Superfruit Yellow washed out. That's going to work more like a wafter than anything else. But it's so saturated, it should be kicking out attraction like crazy. I'm going to have to pull that middle method feeder in again. I'm going to change the rig on that to the same rig, same little German rig, but shorter. And I think I'm going to keep pink on it. It really would be silly not to. So I'm going to take poor Green Beast and pop up. That's what's out there on it now with that piece of pink corn. Put a new pink on it. These German rigs, the bait screws that I have are a little bit on the big side for a size 8 hook. Just about to bring that feeder in. I just had more indication on it. Somebody's phone's ringing over there. Okay, I'm gonna put the yellow with the new rig on the right-hand rod. I'm gonna leave that middle one there for a few more minutes. See the rods right there? Yeah. So on that feeder right now is just a hair rig with one of these pink Green Beast pop-ups. And that piece of plastic corn. Oh, the left hand feeder. That's the sweet corn. The pineapple corn. Tightened up, went down. So whatever's mulling around on those feeders now, it's just not getting hooked. But that's now indication on all 3 rods. Took a few hours, but it worked. Now what do I do? I've got bites now happening to the feeders, or at least liners happening to the feeders. So fish are around the bait. I'm going to change one to a slightly different rig to try and get a better hookup ratio. You know, because one will be better than none. The left-hand rod that just had the indication. The left-hand rod that just had the indication on the 2 pieces of pineapple corn has a size 12 hook on it on a mono hook link. I had a fish on that yesterday at another location. Wow, I think those guys on the point are starting to cast over towards the other guy's line. That's dirty. Tip of the rod in the middle. Just had a little bit of whack. I don't want to move it if there's fish there. I'm gonna change the rig on the middle rod. Nice thing about the German rig with the bait screw is that if I determine that the fish are not really going for the pop-ups, I can still put a piece of plastic corn on it and present it just fine. I've actually had that work to great effect in a few other places in the past. But you really got to get them feeding visually. I'm not convinced I have them doing that yet. There's a lot, probably 4 or 5 feet of visibility. Three or 4 feet. So the fish will be able to see, a little piece of plastic. But you need a bunch of them to really get committed, I find. Okay, this rig components here. I think Dave is going to stop by for a visit before work. Turns out my power pack isn't charging anything. Somehow it died in the van overnight because it had power yesterday. Might be bringing me a power pack so I can actually charge some batteries. And if I can do that, I'll actually get a camera right down there by the rods to better see the indication. Corn might not be going as far as I need it to, but it'll get them searching around. Definitely do with some cloud cover. Don't need all this clear, hot sun. But it is a beauty morning. I don't even know what today is. I think it's the last day of August. I think tomorrow's September 1st because my kid starts high school on Tuesday. It's a pretty big milestone. Not really many better ways to spend a Sunday morning. Out in nature. Watching the birds, watching the wildlife. Listening to people yell at each other in another language. Yeah, typical Canadian morning. So far, I think those guys out on the point, the ones that are making all the noise, think they've only had like a couple of small catfish. If that's what I saw, whatever it was tiny. The guy to my right has still only had the one carp. And I've not actually had a proper, like full-on take and hook up yet. But I've now had indication on all 3 rods. So on the upside, I've got fish moving around on me. I've just got to get them feeding enough and moving enough that the bites start happening. Buffalo. That's my first buffalo. I got my first buffalo in the net. I thought that was a weird bite. That was such a weird bite on the 2 pieces of pineapple corn with the size 12 hook. It fought really hard. Oh man, so the buffalo that I hooked in the lower river a couple sessions back, that was a big mouth buffalo. This is a smallmouth buffalo. I'm shaking. Oh my god. Oh my god, a bucket list fish. This is, I don't even know what to do now. I need a mat. I need an unhooking mat. I need water. I need oh my god. I should almost pull the other lines in, I think. This is the toughest part about filming your fishing. It's all the stuff that has to be moved and set up for every single shot. Okay. Is this gonna work? This is gonna work. Alright, I'm not going to have this fish out long, because I want to get back. Oh my god. I can't even believe that I'm holding one of these. Come on. Let me have that hook. The hook is really small, but their mouth is even smaller. That's out. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple quick pictures here first. Come on. Oh, look at you. This is amazing. This is so amazing. Oh, settle down. Oh, my very first buffalo. And it's beating the shit out of me. Wow, look at that. Settle down. Settle down. Smile. 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 These are old fish. They're delicate fish. I can see I've done it some irritation with it just flopping around on the mat here. One quick look there. My very first buffalo. Oh my God. I'm soaked. Oh my God. Oh my God, that happened. That just happened. I don't even know what to do now. I knew I had a chance here. I didn't think it would be my first bite, first hookup. I have no words. I have none. Not even entirely certain what to do with myself at this point. I gotta tie a new rig. That rig is damaged. So I need to find I think those hooks might actually be in the van. Actually, I got some size 14 Raven Specialists. They're a little bit wider gape. So I'm going to tie a new rig on this and some 6.8 pound fluorocarbon. And these are the Raven Specimen wide gape. They're size 14, but they're actually a really good size. So now I can't help but wonder, when the middle rod was getting all that indication, it was the exact same kind of indication, but maybe the bait was just too big. That mouth was really, really small. Okay, I'm so discombobulated right now. I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff everywhere. I called Dave to let him know he's on his way to stop in before work. I let Justin know, since he has been helping me with trying to get into these fish, and he's been part of this campaign all summer. Oh my God! Trying to tie a hair stop loop in fluorocarbon sucks. Starting to stop shaking a little bit. I'm doing a little bit better now. That was, like I said, I'm in this spot because I've caught tons of fish here before. You know, it's a known popular spot for good numbers of fish. But of all the years that I've fished here and all the fish that I've caught here, I've never had a buffalo. That was the first buffalo I've ever got in my life. And up until recently, I'd never even heard of one coming out from here. So that's why I kind of moved everything from the Welland River. I went and tried the lower river, the lower Niagara, because it was Justin had seen them there. So we went there and we tried, and that was an epic fail. It was fun, but man, was that ever tough. I did go back to the lower river. Hang on, let me change that around. So while I'm out on this session today, might as well tell you I did have another session in the lower river. I went solo, trying to get into some of those big mouth buffalo that Justin and I had found. Justin was supposed to join me, but there was a really nasty storm that pushed in, so he held back to try and wait out the storm. I went and fished in it. Got absolutely soaked, completely trashed. It just did me in. The rain, the thunder and lightning were obviously tough, but the humidity was really, really bad that day. But I did have a bunch of close calls with the buffalo that were under that big rock, but never did get a hookup. When the water came up, I moved to the other side, and I started drifting with a float, some corn, to try and drift it with the current and go under the rock. And I ended up just kind of drifting the run, and a carp come out of nowhere from my left, zoomed through. I just kind of wiggled the bait, and the float dropped. Away it went, and I had a wicked battle. Take a look at that battle. is now thrashing around on the surface on the other side of the rock where I was standing for the first part of the morning. I don't know if you saw the bite because I was just over the side of it. I don't know what it is yet. I just started to drift there. I saw a dark shape come in and turn right at my bait. Float went down. Pretty big fish, and it was pretty damn near black. I don't know if it's a buff or a common. I'll try and get him up over those rocks over there. Water's still coming up. Really nice common. fish. Been an intense morning. It's not gonna help nothing. Son of a bitch. Stay calm. Hook has come out of the fish, through the net, and into the unhooking mat. Smile. 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 Okay. Bit of an ordeal getting this fish unhooked. It was through his mouth, through his net, through the net, into the unhooking mat, and I pulled another hook out of its mouth. So this fish has tussled with people before. Absolute beauty. Really intense on the light salmon gear, but it was the only way I could think of to present a bait properly in this fast current without getting snagged on the bottom. I'm gonna get this fish back and we'll see if we can get a buff. Yeah, that was a seriously wild battle with a really big fish. Well, really big fish when you're completely worn out and you haven't had anything, and then you're using your light trout gear. Really strong fish, we'll say. But that was an absolutely great session. Had a great time with that one. Even though it was tough and I only had the one fish. I did cast a jig around for a little bit, and I hooked up with something else that was big that I never did see It never came up from the bottom because I was fishing pretty deep. You know, I was casting a lure around thinking maybe I could salvage my session by getting a walleye or something. But whatever it was, man, it fought hard and then came unbuttoned. So that did suck. I did fish another location where we thought maybe there was a chance at some buffalo, but that didn't happen, and I ended up turning those 2 sessions, I ended up turning them into another video altogether that you may or may not have seen at this point. At this point, we're at the end of August, and this is like my 6th trip out trying to get a buffalo. So by the time I play the episodes in order, for all I know, this could be out in January. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, that rig is done. But yeah, I'm gonna finish tying up a couple new rigs, and then that's the pop-up. It's the single, sitting out much further than this fish. I don't know how well you can see that fast water out there, but that fish is right at the edge of it, just holding. Okay. The rig tying will be back after the regularly scheduled commercials. That's a really nice comment for this spot. You know, this spot's not known for big fish, although Goldie a few years back did get a 26 pounder. That's nowhere near that size, but that's bigger than the average here. Okay. That's how carp fishing goes, hours of nothing, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of bites. Oh yeah, this is a beauty. Don't typically get doubles here. Usually they're singles or low doubles. This one's probably 16 pounds, maybe. And this is to the just a single blasted out at range. Well, range for my little kit. You know, fishing like 60 yards, 70 yards with this. Nice, as Dave would put it, a nice character fish with a big scar on the side. Yeah, he'll go 16. I bet you if he was a little bit more of a healthy fish, a little bit more full of food instead of competing with so many small ones here, this would easily be a mid-20 with his frame. He's just very thin, very, very thin, but big, goofy looking scales. That eye, something's wrong with that eye. It's just jet black like a buffalo eye. His regular other eye's like normal, but what a neat fish. Cool. Okay. Now I got that rod's got to be redone. That rod's got to have bait put on and cast out, and now the pop-up's got to be redone. Finally, some action. I'm gonna put this big guy back. That one's got to be fixed. Okay. Oh man. I gotta pee. I genuinely have no idea where I left off before that fish. And now I'm just kind of dropped and threw everything, and I thought I had a rig started with a new loop and everything. So apologize if I was in the middle of saying something of value to this adventure. I don't remember, and I don't think I'm going to go back and try to figure it out, in all fairness. What do we got here? That is one of my long for a cage feeder. Why is that just randomly in there? Well, I got all 3 rods on their respective spots now. I don't know if you guys know this, but the sexiest beast in the world just showed up. There's Dave. In his work suit. Alright. I gotta hook up the power pack delivery to the batteries, and you never know. Maybe a bite will go off and Dave can get it. We'll see. That's a single again. No, he's off.
Is he off? I think he's coming towards you.
Coming towards me? Coming towards me. Yeah, he's off. He's off.
Really?
He was coming towards me. That's what was going on.
Wow.
So that's the second hard take, just casting a random single out into nothing.
That's insane.
You don't do that, do you?
I've had it shown to me so many times, and then it's
Dude, it's effective. And sometimes it actually picks up the bigger fish too.
well, it's a good. I don't know. I guess it's better than like fishing 2 rods. I guess if you can find a spot to put it out. It's a nice weed edge out there.
Yeah, just stand on the inside of it. Nice flat, hard spot, it seems. Okay. So I missed one. Oh, I felt it for a second.
It's like more action than yesterday.
Way more action than yesterday. Yesterday sucked. But did you notice that? I had just turned this off.
Yeah.
All right, lost a fish. We're not going to blame Dave. He saw the indication before the alarm ripped off. And the fish swam at me and the hook came out. So I don't care how much more I fail the rest of the day. I'm too happy. Are you happy, Dave?
No, I gotta go to work.
Okay, are you happy for me?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
Okay, so what do you think the next step should be? Do I want to try and catch another buffalo? Do I change tactics completely? Or do I just keep trying to get bites because now the mission's a success?
I don't know. I think you just keep your stuff small and see what happens, I guess. Because fishing the big baits and the big hooks the other day wasn't helping me out at all.
Yeah.
So many drop runs.
Well, I'm glad you visited.
Yeah, it's good. I struggled the last couple times out here. It just hadn't turned on yet for some reason. But seems like it's doing okay now.
Oh, there's fish absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, man.
Yeah, I think I had at least two blank sessions here.
Really?
I think I had like a muskie blow up on my spot, and that was about as exciting as it got.
Wow. This battery's nearly dead. Flying through batteries now. Okay, so buffalo, common. And that one I lost was almost certainly a common. Maybe it was a 30-pound mirror. We'll never know.
I used to be scared to walk this far.
It is a long walk in here, but it can be worth it. The roaming rod working. Problem is, it just went right through that weed bank. Nervous. Don't get nervous.
Oh my god. 2 3/4 pound curve right in the face.
Dragging through the weeds.
No problem, John. Just give him some heat.
You're not in any trouble unless the rig flies back.
I got my coffee mug to protect my face.
Don't damage the rod. Yeah, he went right through that weed bed. And probably back through it again.
Let him do some of the work.
Did security come through with the pickup truck?
You usually see like a little vertical cross thing, whatever it is.
Yeah, they're right there. They were just stopping the path into where those guys are.
They do have to
I'm back in contact with the fish.
Maybe it'll be in here.
Can you imagine 2 unicorns in the same session? I don't think that's going to happen, Dave.
I got my money on a mirror.
You do.
There's always stories involved with mirrors. They don't just happen on their own. There's always something else that makes the story better. What size hook you got on there?
This one's a size 8 monster carp hook,
Oh, okay.
so I'm not worried about the hook or the hook hold at this point.
Oh, a little bit of a head shake.
It took off like a comet. I must be pulling weeds back with it because it's not fighting like they normally fight. He's still pulling back, but yeah, I'm gonna move. Why?
I don't want to get a rod in the face.
Starting to get angry.
Oh, now you fight him straight up.
Well, now he's on top of the other 2 rods.
Thirty's not bad. 30's not bad.
No, it's you feel like 5 feet. Like that's why it's working.
I usually, I like this spot when it's a bit clearer, but this is pretty good.
You know me, I like the color of the water.
I know. Just so many of my normal fishing spots this year, it just seems like they haven't been getting cleared.
Get that mat wet, buddy.
No worries.
Hey. Hashtag not a buffalo. Hashtag not a buffalo. And your money was on a mirror. That didn't happen either, did it, buddy? Okay. Would you mind terribly being a camera guy?
Trying to minimize
I know you know how to do it.
minimize the shadows.
I just had a drop back on the left hand rod there. So I might have to do this quickly, Dave.
Oh, that was the one that dropped short.
Yeah, that's the one that we just put out. Dropped short. Okay, so again, the pineapple just blasted out as a single. Took another, that's the third just heater of a run. And a little warrior. So that was on the Pineapple Chunks pop-up that was just saturated in booster liquid. And that one's gone, so I'm gonna have to get another one out of the pot. But yeah, having a good session now. Which one was that? That was the middle rod. Okay, I'm getting more indication on the method feeders now. So I'm gonna put this bad boy back. Oh. Save the pop-up. Yeah. So that's what, 4 bites to that rig. No, 3 bites to that rig, 2 landed, 1 lost. Can't count. I'm not. My brain is no longer braining.
You're out of coffee.
I am definitely out of coffee. Okay, I'm gonna release this one. Go back to your home. Don't you want to go back to your home?
I'll split fin.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, Dave, we have issues. All right, so that's indication on the 2 method feeder rods. I'm gonna get this single back out there. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna fish. I'm having a good time. Dave doesn't get to stay because adulting stuff. Man, I needed a session like this. I really did.
Buffalo.
Can you turn that a bit? It's kind of that was unexpected, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're pretty much dead center now.
I think this is probably another comet.
26.
26 centimeters.
26 ounces.
Full of stink, this one.
I don't think I would have got that one on a size 2 hook.
No, probably not. The size 14 Raven specimen hook. Literally just saying to Dave, you know, it's starting to get hot out. He's got to go to work soon. And, you know, mission successful in a couple of different ways. So I was thinking I just want one more fish, and then I would be comfortable just heading home for the day, go spend the rest of the day with the kid. Oh my God, that hook is right in there. Little size 14 with the little hair off the back. Now that's all mangled. This is, as Dave puts it, the 27 to 30 centimeter bruiser. Come on, settle down. Very orange at the bottom of the tail, but a very welcome bite. No complaints here. We gotta love the little ones too, man. Back to the abyss.
I almost fell in.
You almost fell in. Is that still going? Yeah, it's still going. Let me just take this. Okay. Dave. Can you even see us in the sun?
Yeah.
Mission successful. The buffalo chase is over. Thank.
There's a few areas like that I would, if I was to target them, I would probably go to, and I don't think I would have hit any of the spots that you went to.
That's encouraging.
But you got it done.
The thing is I pretty much had a chance in every spot I went to because we saw buffalo in each one of these spots. So I was where they had been seen or had been caught. And then we capped it off with a bunch of comments.
Don't catch them from the couch.
Don't catch them on the couch. Unless you're on Xbox. There is that game.
Yeah, buffaloes on Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a carp fishing game that Goldie used to have, and I used to play it in the wintertime. And
Did you get the buffalo?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was wicked. It was wild.
I guess we're on to new missions now.
Yeah, well, we got salmon time is about to hit. Like I said, I don't know when this video is going out. It could be middle of winter for all I know, but we got more carp fishing to do. Salmon time's about to hit. Trout time right after that. Ice fishing right after that. So we got to get some.
September's a crazy month.
Yeah, we got the CCS social coming
Never know
up.
what to have in the card.
We're about to have a real crazy couple of weeks of fishing, and thankfully this mission's done, so I can enjoy that.
Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, Dave.
Yeah, I gotta go now, so it's not gonna be that good.
All right, Buffalo mission complete. Now I gotta pack all this crap up. Smile. 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 There we go, my second ever buffalo. Turn that one off. Second ever buffalo. The day after I catch my first ever buffalo. In the same location. These are such a delicate fish.